Well, baby, you've been gone too long. That's why I wrote this song.
Neal, you're touring very often in Germany.
Yeah, we're usually coming through every April, and we're going to come back this year in November. But we're always happy to be playing here in Germany. It's always a pleasure for us. Good food and nice people, and good reception from the public here.
And it's going to be the first time that you're performing here at the Rother Bluestage.
Yes, and I'm real happy about that. I'm real honored to be here. I see the lineup of the other artists that are here. Last night was 10 Years After, and Johnny Winter being here. So I'm a big fan of both of those since I was very young. So real happy to be on this show.
Johnny Winter was influential for your career in a way.
Probably the biggest influence in the beginning for me. When I was 12 years old, I went to go see him play in a concert, and it was really a life-changing experience to go and see this guy that's an albino that's playing black music through Marshall amplifiers at 150 decibels. And when you see something like that, you kind of make a decision to go in one direction or another about the music, and I was very influenced to become a guitar player after that.
And there's a special connection to Germany.
Yeah, my connection to Germany is pretty strong because my mom is from Munich, and so for me it's a pleasure to be here and play for the people. But it's also, for me, it's a kind of a flashback of some of the food we would eat at home, like the spätzle and the strudel and the kartoffel and the schnitzel, and I love doing that here in Germany when we come through here every year.
You're coming from Texas, you're coming out of the Texas rock blues scene, yeah. Then you moved. Seems like a restless soul, Texas, New York, Mexico, and now you're living in France.
Yeah, well, I moved up to New York at the suggestion of Johnny Copeland's manager, who had talked to me about doing a record up in New York, and that worked out nice and made the connection here to be on a record company here in Europe with Dixie Frog Records. And then ended up actually moving here because the record company had suggested that for logistics and for ease of touring, it would be better to be based out of France. So,
you want to hear a fast song or a slow song? Something fast. Here's one off the last album. It's called Chicken Shack Cognac.
You're coming out of the Texas blues rock, but you're also putting in other elements. There's a country instrumental, Chicken Shack Cognac, yeah. Or you're bringing in little funk elements or so, just to widen the musical horizon.
Yeah, like I was explaining that in Texas you're kind of expected to play a little bit of everything. New York too, they expect it that way too, and so. I've never really made a pure blues album, but I've always had a very strong blues influence on everything I do, even with the country stuff.
Another thing that's a little bit different to the blues cliches are the lyrics that you're doing. Okay. It's about today's society, about politics, and I think of a song like Love and Money.
Yeah. The thing is, I feel like with the blues, you can still say things that are a little bit out of the stereotypical blues lyrics, and still be bluesy about it, and still be strong about what you're trying to say.
And do you get any reaction, for example, for the lyrics?
Yeah, I get some reaction, especially from people that I've written about, and they find out who it is that I was writing about.
Can you give me an example for it?
Oh, some of my ex-girlfriends have been in the songs, and when they listen to the song, they realize it was them, and so it was kind of interesting to write about them in a song.
Your last album, Sometimes the Truth, was released in 2011. When will we have the pleasure to listen to a new one?
We're going to start recording this year, at the end of the year, and have a release probably in the middle of 2014, probably on Dixie Frog Records.
Okay, thank you very much, Neal, for taking your time.
Right.
And you just wanted to get something rid of.
Yeah, I wanted to be sure and say hello to my mom, who's down there in San Antonio, Texas, because she's from Munich, and so she's always real happy to know that I'm playing here in Germany.
A long time ago, and I was down in Texas, and ended up getting stopped by the sheriff, so I ended up in the jail for a night. And you know, the jail in Texas, the food's not very good. They have no schnitzel, they have none of the good German food like you guys have here. And there's no Wi-Fi, there's no internet connection. And usually you end up with someone in your cell there that you don't like too much. So I had 2 cigarettes, and I traded out these 2 cigarettes for a piece of paper and a pencil. And I wrote this song in jail. So I hope you all like it a lot, all right? It goes like this. Well, did you ever